member of Shadyside Presbyterian Church, and I've been a member since 1982. And in 2005, we had our minister was Reverend Denise Welsh, doctor, and she was our associate pastor in charge of mission. And she took me to the old school on Penn Avenue, and I think it was Champions Common was the building. And she introduced me to Jody and to Reverend Tom. And then I had a student-led tour, it was a small school. We had a student-led tour, which was wonderful. And as a retired first grade school teacher, I was just really excited to see the children so engaged. So it was a lovely experience. Well, as Denise Welsh got us more involved, she organized a committee and asked if I'd be a part of that committee. And so we did several things. Look at my notes here. The first thing was to establish a book scholarship for a graduate of the Neighborhood Academy for their first freshman year to buy books. Then we had a school store at the old school. In 2006, we developed a school store with expertise from some of our members at the church. It was a lovely store. Then we made a wish list basket project. And I want to thank all the generosity of all the people at Shadyside Church, because they were able to purchase things on the list and give them to the students and take them off to college. They had these big baskets full of all the things that they wanted to take to college. So that was wonderful. And then in 2008, Reverend Todd Leach became our assistant pastor at Georgia Mission, and our partnership with the Neighborhood Academy grew and strengthened. So we continued on. And then in 2013, I started taking students to lunch, the lunch program, and I took them to restaurants in the neighborhood, and I would have one student, and usually I would stay with that same student for her whole career at the Neighborhood Academy. And I would get maybe sometimes 8th grade, and we go all the way to graduation, sometimes 10th grade all the way to graduation, and they'd bring a friend along, and I thought that was a nice way to build relationship in a different environment than the school. And the last thing, in 2021, I established a scholarship in honor of my parents who are deceased, Mr. and Mrs. Hugh and Mamie Jones. This is the hardest question, because this is such a great school with such great people, the great staff, great faculty, great parents, great board members. So it's really hard to pick one, but I just jotted down a few. So here's a few. The first one is watching 4 graduates receive their diplomas at the 2005 graduation held at St. Lawrence O'Toole, and then watching the moving up ceremony led by Jody Moore. That's one of the top memories. And I have been blessed to have been able to go to a lot more graduations, and I still cry tears of joy since that first time of seeing that in 2005. The second memory I have that I love is attending the dedication of the chapel here at the school. That was in 2012. The chapel sort of reminds us of that the Neighborhood Academy is not only here to prepare children for college, but to help strengthen and deepen their faith, and a continuation of their dedication to service. So that chapel is a really important memory for me. And the other memory I have that was just so lingering is attending the May 11th, 2015 senior seminar presentation. And I had never been to one of those before. They were 3 students at that particular seminar, and they presented their research paper with PowerPoint eloquently and beautifully, and then the people in the audience had a chance to ask them questions. And they did a terrific job. I'll never forget that. That was just so amazing. And the last memory I have that's just near and dear is watching the Dean of Students, Dr. Anthony Williams, become head of school. I mean, just to work with him for so many years and to have him transition to that, it just is one of the most meaningful memories I have in the Neighborhood Academy. And he's dedicated to the past. He honors Jody and Tom's vision, but he's also looking boldly to the future. So inspiring and uplifting. It's just, those are those 2 words. And just as if I may elaborate, the school shows what can happen when you have a wonderful idea, you work really, really hard, find support, remain focused and flexible, be dedicated and enthusiastic, and firmly rely on your faith. Happy 21st anniversary, Neighborhood Academy.